Welcome to What If Deku was King of the Easterlings. We start off. Deku's father, who had served in the war with Saruman at the Battle of Osgiliath, had died with his army there trying to invade Osgiliath, leaving Deku to take the throne as his only heir to the Easterlings, but with his army in shambles. With only having 300 cavalry, 200 spears, 200 archers, 100 swordsmen, and 100 axemen. That was all left of his army. Deku had ordered his cavalry to constantly go around the borders as a security, as they would travel to protect the land. And his army was very low, so people would like to attack the Easterlings as their army was not as good, as they were low on numbers. Deku is meeting with the only generals he has left, which are two. One is Silver, as he has silver armor, leader of the Silver Guard, which is a unit of swordsmen. There's also the Gold Swordsman, but he does not have any of those remaining, as they were all taken to the battlefield. And we have the leader of the cavalry, which was called Horn because of his armor. He had a pair of horns on his helmet. As he walks into the meeting room, where Silver is waiting, there's a round table with a map of his land. Where's Horn? Sorry, sir, but Horn is currently on an expedition around making sure our borders are secure. Thank you for the information. What about the orcs? The orcs have been settled. We've dealt with any coming into the land. Gondor may try something, though, as we are enemies with them. I see. What about Haradrim? They've seemed to be neutral. They don't really care of our actions. Good. We don't have to worry about them, then. With Saruman's defeat, all our allies have crumbled. What should we do, sir? Gather as many troops as you can. Gondor may come for us, but it may be a bit. We need to raise our army up. Who knows when the next attack is? Yes, sir. Also, any report on the other kingdoms? Haradrim has gone back to their lands. We've not heard or seen anything from them since the battle of Osgiliath. Alright. What about the remaining grouped up orcs? I believe they're somewhere in the mountains. That's all I know, sir. Alright. Any other information you can tell me? Rohan has gathered quite a force, although it seems that they've been hunting down some other enemies or allies of ours, leaving with us nothing but some remaining pirates. Alright. How many men can you gather within a week? If I'm going through the land, maybe 1,000. But we're so low on forces ever since the battle, he took pretty much everybody. Have them gather at this location. What, the abandoned temple? Sir, it's just ruins. There's not a roof or anything over it anymore. I know. Gather a decent force, head there. It will be your training ground, where you'll be training the new recruits. Thank you, sir. I will not fail you. Have you heard of anything from Horn? He should be arriving within the hour. As an archer enters the room. Sir! Yes. I've got some terrible news. What is it? The pirates have fallen to Gondor. What? It seems Gondor is going to the neighbors of our allies, and is taking them out. First it's the pirates. They may come for us next. Or Haradrim. This is bad. We need to prepare a force. When do you think they'll attack? My estimate. The pirates is quite far away. It will take at least a month to get the forces here. Correction, we're going to need more than 1,000 within a month. I'll do my best, sir. Go to neighboring villages. Spread your search as far as you can. We need as many forces as possible. Call in the Witchers if need be. But sir, the Witchers only serve Sauron. I said bring them in. I'll talk to them myself. If I need to meet them, I will meet them. Yes, sir. How much cav have you brought? As he's asking the archer. You mean the remaining cav we had rounded up? We had rounded up another 200 cavalry of horses. Good. That leaves for 200 more cavalry. Question. Do research around the area where Gondor will be coming at. Yes, sir. Maybe I should be thinking of allying with the orcs. Maybe giving them a trade. They could help us out. That's the only thing I can think of. It's unlikely, sir. The orcs have been on their own for quite a while. They'll most likely attack us. We don't really have much options. Gondor will be coming for us sooner or later. We may have to end up setting an ambush. If that fails, they'll most likely come after our training area that we'll be setting up. It's also royal ground, so we can't just leave it undefended. Fair point, sir. And if that should fail as well, we retreat to the capital. And we hold to the last man. Of course, sir. As Horn arrives. I've been summoned, my lord. As he kneels. Rise. I've heard you had 300 men surrounding the border as told, right? Yes, sir, although the numbers have increased within the past few days. How many? Well, I've managed to recruit another 50 horsemen. And we have some volunteers for military matters. Infantry. Okay, how many? 200 brave souls, my lord. That's quite a lot. Who are they? They were men that served Sauron. The Dunlendings, I believe. Interesting. Last I heard of, Gondor went after them quite a while ago. Yes, but apparently they had survived. Rohan tried to destroy what was left of their people, but some managed to sneak into our land. And I offered them a deal. If the men join our army, the women and children can have their own town, with a few individuals to guide them, of course. That is a fair trade. They may have a village in the north. They can create a village there. It's also far away from where Gondor will be entering, most likely. They may attack our port. Not likely. If I know anything, they do not attack our trade. It'll take longer for their boats to reach us anyway than their infantry. I also heard earlier from one of the passing by guards is you were going to talk with the Witchers. Yes. If I remember correctly, they have the ability of fire. Yes, they served Sauron quite a while back. They also helped my father in a battle. So I wish to negotiate with them. Last I heard of them, they had orcs doing their bidding. Yes. That's why we're going to meet with these orcs. As well. Alright. But just letting you know. If things shall go south, we'll slaughter them. Let's just hope things don't go that way. Both of you are dismissed. Yes, sir. As Silver and Horn leave. Even though the war with Saruman is over, the war against his allies has not yet come to an end. Time to go to the vault. As he starts walking down a set of staircase through a hidden passage where there's a tomb. As he pulls out his sword, as he goes to a wall, as he breaks a hidden place, as he picks up something. The ring given to the Easterlings by Sauron himself. As he makes it into a necklace and wears it. They may have taken out every other ring, but he sent a ring to us Easterlings, and we buried it with the first that served Sauron. We may need to use its power to get out of this situation, but it's used for last resort. As he gets up and out from the tomb of the secret passage, as one of his secretaries, one of the people, governors, that's what I was thinking of, comes to Deku. Sir. Yes. I heard you were going to meet with the Witchers. Yes. Prepare me a horse. A horse has already been prepared. What will happen when you meet with them? They will side with us. If not, then we're not going to fall today. If need to, round up every civilian and take them over to Harad. But sir, if the ambush does not work, and we cannot hold the sacred ground, you have orders to take every civilian over to Harad. There are only allies right now. The orcs cannot be trusted with our people. As you wish, sir. So just let them know they should have things prepared to move if things go south. It'll be done. As he gets on his horse, as his two generals are by his side, let's go meet with some orcs. As they ride over and they're heading to the mountains. We go over to the generals of Gondor. How much longer until we reach the Easterlings? They're quite far away. It took them like months to reach Osgiliath. They were quite far away, as well as Harad. Why don't we go after Harad? Question, would you rather deal with some golden armor people? Or do you rather deal with some elephants the size of walls? As he's talking to a newer general. I'll take the people in gold. Good choice. How long until we arrive? By debating about, one of the scouts says, about a month, sir. Nothing that we can do? Unfortunately not. Fine. As they just march. As now we go to Deku and his generals. As they approach a mountain, as it's dark, with a lot of spiky rocks. As they're walking on a path, him, 2 generals, and about 10 guards. As they approach, as they see a wall. This is where they live, correct? Yes, sir. As we can see some orcs on the wall. Who goes there? The king of the Easterlings. I wish to talk with your masters. The Witchers. The Witchers don't talk to no one. They only serve Saruman. Leave, or you'll be the one on the menu. As one of the archers pulls his bow. What do you think you're doing? As the orc looks over. They're Easterlings. As he pulls his hand out, and as the orc goes up in flames. Ah! As he just falls off the wall and hits the ground. Welcome, King of the Easterlings. I've been expecting you. Open the gate. As some other orcs open the gate. As they walk in. As they go to a meeting room where there's about 2 Witchers. Witchers, I've come to meet with you. Where's the rest of you? Truth be told, there's about 100 of us. But we're only allowed to leave in groups. As you know. As we've been divided. So a lot of us are separated right now. I wish an alliance. And why is that? 'Cause Gondor is out for us. You think he's just gonna stop? He's already taken out our pirate ally. He's taken out most of the orcs. Although he can't take them out, there's just too many of them. I understand that. But they will come for you after they're done with us. You're the second closest ally to Saruman near here. Then they'll move on to Harad. I'm aware of that. To me, it doesn't look like you have a choice. We'll help you within this endeavor. Expect a team of Witchers to help you. Thank you for your support. I will also rally around 300 orcs to help you as well. That's the most I can do within the time frame. Most likely, at least. Thank you for your assistance. No problem. We'll ambush Gondor here, at the mountain pass. We let them through, and if we can cause a collapse, we can cut the army in half. Half being stuck in the canyon, the other half on the other side. It would at least delay Gondor. A fine strategy. Because if you cut off their only passage to the cave, or through the mountain, it would take them days to have to climb over the mountain. At least giving you some more time to strategize or gather forces. Smart move. It's also the quickest path through here to get to the Easterlings. Or else they had to go a long way around. That is true. You've been strategizing. Of course, you can't be a king without knowing your land. Fine words. I gotta say, out of all the Easterlings, you're probably the most that has done his research. Of course. We've been loyal to Saruman for years. Have you not seen the statue of him? And yes, I believe in the lore of Lord of the Rings. The Easterlings have a statue of Saruman somewhere in their land. He may be gone, but his memory of him shall not fade. That I must agree to. Even if he's gone, that doesn't mean his forces will crumble as such. What about that white wizard? You mean the one that worked for Saruman? Yes. For what I know, he tried to take a rebellion to the hobbits, gathered what orcs he could, and tried to go for the Shire. My guess is he perished there, didn't he? Yes, it seems that the Shire was just too much for him. Although, there might have been backup there as well, who knows? We could have had his aide here, and he had to get himself killed. A fool he is. I gotta say, he was more stubborn than I thought. Is there any other people or allies I can talk to nearby? Actually, there is a creature you could also include into your plan. What are you talking about? You know there are several creatures around. Thing is, there are some spiders further up. In the mountains. You could use them. How do you suggest that? Lure them down. No. Actually, instead of luring them down, why don't we lure Gondor up? And how do you suggest that? Oh, you will know what I'm thinking later. Anyway, thank you for agreeing to this alliance. No problem. As he leaves. It seems the meeting went well, sir. Yes, they have agreed to help. That's good. Should we ask Harad? No. They're probably in trouble as we are. So let's go before any more appears. As they go down the mountain, and they go back, as they fall back to the capital to discuss more matters. But on the way back, he looks at the ring that belonged to the Easterlings' first king, that was made by Saruman. Every ring that was made by Saruman held power. Hopefully this power can help us in this war. And that's where I end part 1 of What If Deku Was the King of the Easterlings. I hope you all enjoyed, and make sure to like and subscribe.